give you a copy? Okay. I need that as an original.
Okay.
Please.
I'm just gonna give it to you right now.
No.
Ready. All right, I'd like to call the Griffith Town Council meeting to order. If you could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing. Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilman Marker will now read the names of the officers that have been killed since our last meeting.
Lieutenant Michael Bout of the Hancock County Sheriff's Office, Mississippi. End of watch, Monday, February 1st. Cause of death, gunfire.
Do we have a preacher today? Yes.
Good evening. Let us pray. Ask you to, Lord, we just ask you to be with us tonight. We ask you to be present and help everyone here make the best decisions possible for the community and do it out of love and care. We thank you for our officers, our EMTs, our doctors, our healthcare workers, and we just ask you to continue to be with those that put themselves in harm's way for protecting us. Just ask you to keep us all safe, keep us with open minds tonight, and we just thank you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Could we have the roll call, please?
Councilmember Jim Marker,
Present.
Councilmember Larry Balla,
Present.
Council President Rick Rifa,
Present.
Councilmember Melissa Robbins,
Present.
Councilmember Tony Hobson.
Present.
Great. Each member has received a copy of the January 26 minutes. What's the pleasure of the council?
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. The motion carries. Could we have the claims, please?
Claims 31871 to 32011 in the amount of $1,919,320.54.
I make a motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Could we have the announcements, please?
One item on the announcement list this evening, the next town council meeting will be on Tuesday, February 16th at 7 p.m. There will be a study session before the meeting at 6:30 and one will follow if necessary.
And there will also be a study session on Tuesday, February 9th at 6:30 p.m. All right.
6:30 or 6?
What do you guys want?
I'm easy. 6 good.
6?
6 is fine.
Okay, 6 p.m. All right. Do we have any communications? All right, reports, anything from Public Works?
No, I was just gonna compliment the Public Works Department on their job. Good job on the phone.
Great job, yeah, that's good. All right, police?
Just a few items. Want to again, like our acting director said, thank Public Works, did a great job. To help Public Works for asking all residents to make sure they move their vehicles off the roadway. So we have snow events, especially after the event's over, the cars are sitting there for several days. We'd like to have Public Works come in and clean those areas. The other item I want to mention is we continue to fundraise for Animal Shelter Roof. As most people know, the animal shelter was built within a existing facility in 2016. The interior was completely renovated. The exterior was not, and the roof now needs to be replaced. And we're looking at a cost of tens of thousands of dollars, and that is not a budgeted cost that we had. So with members of our community, we're working with town council and others to do fundraisers. The first of which is a calendar, which will be coming out shortly. It's in production now. Sensible Heating helped sponsor that, a long-time business here in town, and the photographer was Megan Brecken from Munster, who donated her time as well. So we're eager to get that out. We're working with our events coordinator to do a summer event in Central Park to raise some funds as well. And it doesn't have to go down.
All right, very good. Okay. Chief Skillen, anything?
Just with the snow event, I'd like to thank some of the residents that actually went out and buried the fire hydrants for us and saved us some time. Time for the essence.
All right. Okay. Building Commissioner?
No report.
Okay, no finance report. This time, open floor for public comments. If anybody has a comment on anything we're about to address on the agenda, now would be the time to bring it up. All right, we'll go straight to new business. Mr. Hobson, you have the first item.
I do. These are safety board reappointments. Their terms expired 12/31/2020. I would recommend that we reappoint Mr. George Jerome, Miss Liz Gorell, and Mr. Stan Dobis.
We have
Second.
a motion for that.
I'd like to make a motion that we reappoint them.
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All right, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Opposed, no. The motion carries. Mr. Bala?
We have before us tonight ordinance number 2021-05, an ordinance amending Town Code Section 74-301 entitled Parking Prohibited at All Times. Town Code Section 74-302 entitled Limited Parking on Certain Streets, and repealing all town code sections and ordinances or parts thereof in conflict herewith. And this ordinance has to do with updating a list of streets and areas where we have limited parking and prohibited parking. And this was the second reading, so this was announced at our last meeting. So I'll not read the whole thing. I'll leave a copy up here if anybody wants to read all the streets involved. But since this is the second reading, I make a motion that we adopt ordinance number 2021-05.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing no discussion, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. The motion carries. Mr. Marker, you have the next item?
Thank you, sir. The Northwest Indiana Northwest Regional SWAT team is in need of a new vehicle. Griffith is a member of this team along with 8 other towns. We're looking for permission to purchase this vehicle to a total cost of $169,725. It's a refurbished 2004 vehicle. The town of Griffith is the fiduciary on this one. I make a motion authorizing them to proceed forward to purchase this vehicle.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no. The motion carries. Ms. Robbins, you have the next item?
I do. I have a motion for approval of hire of 2 probationary firefighters, Kyle Robertson and Mason Eisenblatter. Make a motion that we approve the hiring of these 2.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Mr. Hobson, you have the next 2 items?
I do. 2 items. We're currently in litigation with the city of Hammond over water rates. And so the next 2 items pertain to both of these. The first is with LWG CPAs and advisors. And this is to provide a cost of service to the towns. We're going to split the bills amongst the communities involved in the litigation, which there's 5 communities. It's just to go ahead and provide a cost of service with regards to the water rates. So I'd like to make a motion that we allow Council President Rick Rifa to sign this engagement letter at this time.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no.
All right, I have a second for a wastewater cost of service and rate study. And this is through New Gen. And this will be, let's see, the town of Highland and town of Griffith will be splitting the costs of this amongst the communities, and 50% will go to the Hammond Sanitary District and 25% each for Griffith and Highland. Again, this is for the wastewater, and they have different tasks, which include project management and data review, interviews, kickoff meetings, revenue, demand forecast, and a variety of other things. Again, I would like to go ahead and make a motion to allow Council President Rick Rifa to engage in this contract with them.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? This one is substantially different than the previous item you had. This resulted out of litigation that actually entered into a settlement agreement with Hammond Sanitary District. Part of that settlement was that Highland and Griffith would pay half of a cost of service, and Hammond would pay the other half. This would essentially help determine future rate increases based on the cost of the service to provide the sanitary. So it's a very fair way to look at future rate increases, and it's something that we had agreed actually several years ago to get done. So all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The motion carries. Any other business from the council? Okay, under pending items, we're still working on the sidewalk replacement program. We hope to start rolling out some particulars in the next several meetings. Right now, we're still working on financing and identifying what parts of town are in most need. It looks like almost the whole town is in need. So we're working with our engineers in order to put the different projects together to make it work. So hopefully in the next couple of meetings or so, we'll be able to have a few more details. So this time, any other business at all from the council?
No, sir.
All right, this time open the floor for public comment. If anybody has a comment or a question, just please state your name. Yes, sir.
My name is Anthony. I'm a resident of Griffith, and I have a question regarding a group that has been gathering on Arbogast, just south of Bridge Road, every Saturday for the past several months. And I was just curious to know if the council is aware that this is a lawful gathering. I'm interested to know, and if the police department is aware of this gathering.
As a council member for myself, I'm completely unaware. Have you contacted the police at all or 911 on that?
No, I was planning to, but I wanted to first just check if
Sure.
it's a lawful gathering. If not,
Okay, does anybody?
I'll let
let
Chief
Chief,
address it. Are you
Chief-
sure it's on Saturdays and not on Sundays?
it's on Saturdays, usually between 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. on Saturdays, right outside of the, right across from the Park West Apartments, where there is a business that is not being used.
Yeah, I've seen the gathering. I thought it was on Sundays, but maybe I'm correct, but I'll defer to
It's
Chief.
a religious group. They gather on public land, on sidewalk, and they preach and they pray. They do draw attention because they do have kind of, I don't call them costumes, but they do have a garb on. And often they are video taping their preaching. But they haven't caused any issues, any complaints about them blocking the sidewalk. So it's a matter of them being in a public space and not causing any kind of issue for us to cause a problem. But if you see any behavior of concern, if you see people being harassed or the pedestrian traffic being impeded, by all means call us and we'll address the matter. But right now, there's nothing from just the casual observance that they're doing anything wrong. But thank you for voicing your concern. Thank you.
All right. Any other comments or questions? All right, the